Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are going to talk about something a lot of remodeling companies have been asking about recently. That is Facebook and Instagram advertising. Some companies are still getting great results, and others are frustrated because costs are going up. Lead quality feels very inconsistent, or maybe even is deteriorating. And we want to talk about what's really happening at Meta's ad platform because it has evolved. The algorithm is now very heavily driven by AI and machine learning, which means the strategies that may have worked for you years ago are not the strategies that are working today. And today I want to walk you through what has actually changed, what Meta is optimizing for now, and how remodeling companies can still generate opportunities using Meta's platform. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule today to join us. If you've not joined us before, my name is Carl Willis. I am the founder and CEO of Remodeling Marketing Team, and it is a pleasure to have you joining me today for our time together. So, that being said, let's get started on our journey and hope to give you some great information. So, let me start with this question. How many of you have experienced this? You run Facebook ads, they work great for a little while. Then suddenly your lead costs go up, your lead quality drops, or the campaign just stops performing altogether. A lot of people assume the platform stopped working, but that's not really what's happening. What is happening is that the algorithm has evolved faster than most advertisers have adapted. If your Meta ads, your Facebook ads were performing perfectly from 2021 to 2023, but suddenly stopped, you're not alone. That's what happened to pretty much every advertiser out there. Meta's algorithm isn't broken, it is simply rewarding a different behavior today. Your job is no longer targeting audiences, and that's the way Meta ads or Facebook ads used to work. Your job now is actually feeding the algorithm the right signals, the signals that it is looking for. And so we want to look at the old school tactics versus the new ecosystem and help you frame this new reality because Meta is now an AI driven advertising platform. So in years past, what happened is advertisers controlled everything: targeting, audiences, bidding, the ad placements. But today, Meta's machine learning is doing most of that work. In fact, the algorithm is continually analyzing engagement signals, video viewing behavior, conversion patterns, user interaction data. So let me put this in perspective for you. Your job is no longer to outsmart the algorithm. Your job is actually to feed the algorithm the right signals so it can optimize for you. So in the past, you might run one ad to one audience with one offer going to one landing page. And the method was layered targeting with complicated audience structures, 15 plus ad assets. And the result was you were starving the algorithm of data. Well, today, what you're doing is you may have a creative of a video, a creative of an image, a creative of text, And then you are getting all of these feedback signals, and you're creating an ecosystem of multiple creatives, multiple formats. And the method is broad targeting plus a strong creative mix. And you're letting the AI optimize for you, and so the end result is you're feeding the algorithm, and prospects are encountering your brand multiple times from multiple angles, from multiple points of engagement, and I'm going to call it multiple modalities. So, moving images, still images, and textual content. And so the biggest mistake that I currently see remodeling companies making is running campaigns like this, still using that old approach. One ad, one audience, one offer. And while that approach worked for many years, today that setup is starving the algorithm. Remember that the algorithm learns by testing. And if you only give it one version of an ad, it has nothing to optimize with. So successful campaigns rely on creative variation and signal volume. And so the core shift is from targeting to signals. Because Meta is now completely AI driven, it is deciding who sees your ad, when they see it, and what creative is performing best. So keep this term in mind: feed the machine. You want to feed it engagement signals, creative performance, conversion behavior, audience signals, and freshness of content. And then as you feed that into the machine is a sorting engine, and that's going to create optimized ad delivery on the back end. So we have to give the machine what the machine wants. Now, the most important element in a meta campaign in today's world is the creative. And creative means images, videos, hooks, headlines, messaging, because the algorithm is constantly testing which creative gets the strongest response. And what we see working best right now for remodelers are things like before and after transformations, project walkthroughs, homeowner tips, mistake education videos. And that, when I say that, I mean it's the what not to do videos, homeowner testimonials. Those are the types of content that generate engagement signals. That's the type of content that people actually interact with, which then tells the algorithm that your ad is valuable. Now, you'll notice on this slide, I mentioned the 5 to 10 creative rule, and I'm going to explain that a little bit here so you get a broader perspective. What is the 5 to 10 creative rule? Well, it's a practical framework that is used in modern meta advertising to help the algorithm learn faster and find those winning ads quicker. And it simply means this: every campaign should launch with at least 5 to 10 different creative variations, not 5 to 10 audiences, not 5 to 10 ad sets, but 5 to 10 different pieces of creative. And what this does is it allows Meta's algorithm to operate efficiently based on creative performance signals. So here's why this rule exists. Meta's AI is constantly testing ads to determine which images or videos stop the scroll. So at the end of the day, what it's all about is what images or videos actually get people to stop scrolling, and then which messages generate engagement, which creatives lead to conversions. And so if you only give the algorithm a single ad, it has nothing to compare to. And when you give it 5 to 10 creatives, the system then can quickly identify winners, average performers, and ads that should be turned off. So what you really want to think of this as is it's a talent tryout for ads. So it's American Idol for your ads. And how the algorithm is actually testing ads is when a campaign launches, Meta will automatically distribute impressions across the creatives. So within a few days, it will determine which ads are getting the highest engagement, which ads are generating the lowest cost actions, and which creatives resonate with specific audiences. So the algorithm is then pushing more budget towards the best performers automatically. And that's how the campaigns scale. So, what actually counts as creative? Well, a creative is any unique visual plus message combination. So, some examples could be before and after kitchen remodel photos, bathroom renovation walkthrough video, contractor explaining a common remodeling mistake, customer testimonial video, a project time lapse video, an educational tip, for example, 3 mistakes homeowners make before remodeling. Could be a photo carousel of a completed project. Could be a design inspiration post. Could be a budget breakdown video. Could be a project reveal video. What you need to realize is each one of these is going to send a different engagement signal to the algorithm. And the best creative types for remodelers across remodeling campaigns that we see are consistently performing best are the before and after transformations, hands down. Homeowners absolutely love visual transformation. They've been conditioned by HGTV. I hate to say that. Second to that are project walkthrough videos, where the contractor is explaining a project build, and what that does is it just builds trust very quickly. Behind that are the educational videos. So examples, 3 things to know before remodeling a bathroom, or the biggest mistake homeowners make during kitchen remodels. Behind that are the testimonials. The social proof obviously drives conversions. And then behind that is the mistake-based content. Those generate curiosity and engagement. Now, here's what most contractors are doing wrong when we talk about creatives. Most companies launch campaigns again like this: one ad, one image, one audience, and then they wonder why their results are inconsistent. Again, let me reiterate this: that approach is not giving the algorithm anything to work with. And so there's no learning data. So the 5 to 10 creative rule will solve that issue. And then to implement that rule, when you launch a campaign, create 5 to 10 creatives all at once. So, for example, you would launch 3 project videos, 2 before and after images, 2 testimonial clips, 2 educational videos, and 1 homeowner tip. And then let the algorithm test those. And then after 7 to 14 days, kill the weakest ads out of that group, and then create new variations of the winners, and then continue feeding the system new creatives. So here's the real secret. The companies that are winning with meta ads today are not necessarily the best advertisers. They're actually the companies that are producing the most consistent creative content. They just simply keep feeding the machine. So I want to keep re-emphasizing that terminology. Feed the machine, or around here we call it feed the beast. So just keep feeding the machine. Now, video is actually outperforming almost every other format right now. And it's going to give you an unfair advantage. It is the fastest way to build trust and generate higher quality retargeting audiences. And let me just say this, even a simple smartphone video is going to outperform highly polished static images, because video creates stronger signals. I've had internal reps at Facebook tell me their algorithm actually is looking for short video content. It prefers it because Facebook's audience prefers short video. So Meta tracks things like watch time, pauses, replays, shares, comments. Those are all engagement signals, and those signals help the algorithm understand who your ideal audience actually is. And the best part is those videos do not need to be studio quality. Some of the best performing ads are simply a contractor who is explaining a project, walking through a renovation, and showing before and after results. What you find is the video gives longer engagement, higher trust, better retargeting, hands down. So just turn on the smartphone, hit record, and go to town. Now, another important shift is understanding how homeowners are actually making their decisions. And this brings up the retargeting matrix, because most homeowners are not converting immediately. Their buying journey requires multiple interactions before they contact you. And by the time they do, most of the time their decision is already made. So people rarely see an ad and then just immediately reach out and contact you. Instead, they see your ad, they visit your website, they check your reviews, they browse your social media, and then they come back later. And that's why retargeting becomes so critical, because retargeting allows you to stay visible to people who have already shown interest. And those repeated exposures build trust and familiarity. Another big mistake is overcomplicating your campaigns. So stop over-engineering your campaigns with layered targeting. Meta prefers to keep users inside their platform because they make more money that way. So broad targeting paired with native lead forms will drastically reduce friction. The easier you make it for the prospect to make that action, the better results you're going to have. Lower cost per lead, faster form completion, less friction. So the old Facebook strategies involved dozens of audiences, layered targeting, complicated structures. Today, we want to use simpler structures because they perform better. So we use broad targeting combined with a strong creative, and we let the algorithm find the right people. So instead of trying to out target the platform. We let the algorithm learn and optimize on its own. And one of the most effective models that you can use right now is what we call a three-stage or three-layered funnel. And what you end up doing here is you stack strategies to build a cohesive machine. So stage one, or the first layer, is awareness. It's where we attract the homeowner, and we do that through project transformation and tips. It's where we just make them aware, here we are. This is where people first discover you through content. Stage number two is the authority stage, where we're building trust. And we do that by gaining credibility. And we do this through educational content, through testimonials, through examples, process explanations, cost breakdowns. And then our final stage is the conversion stage, where we present an offer like a consultation, a design session, project planning meeting. That's where we generate our leads. Every stage moves the homeowner closer to contacting you. Now, we want to create a content engine flywheel because the algorithm rewards companies that consistently produce good content. So think of your marketing as a content engine. That engine can produce project photos, short videos, educational posts, testimonials, FAQs, but every piece of content becomes another signal that helps the algorithm better understand your audience. So the more signals you create, the more visibility the algorithm is going to give you. There's no such thing as too much when it comes to the Facebook and Instagram algorithms. Content creates signals, signals drive visibility, visibility drives leads, leads fund content. Think in terms of FAQs, project photos, short videos, educational posts, testimonials. Just continue to put out more and more of that content. Because of the way the algorithm works, the reality is only about 10% of your audience is going to see any one piece of content. So the more, the merrier. You can never put out too much content. Keep content in constant rotation. Now, are you tracking the right metrics? Because a lot of people are tracking the wrong metrics. They're tracking things like likes and comments, and those are nice, but they're vanity metrics. They don't grow your business. The numbers that really matter are the profitable metrics, and those are the ones that track where your customers originate from. Everything else is noise. The numbers that really matter are cost per lead, cost per appointment, appointment to sale ratio, customer acquisition cost. Because ultimately, marketing success is determined by one thing and one thing only. Are we generating profitable customers? I want to break down for you the remodeler blueprint. I want to open the hood for you and let you look under so you can see a fully operational meta ads ecosystem that is generating a steady flow of qualified consultations. And so the input is monthly creative output that you are putting into the system. 6 project videos, 4 homeowner tips, 2 testimonial videos, and 10 photos. So each month, your company might produce those 4 to 6 project videos, the homeowner tips, the testimonial clips, before and after photos. Those assets are feeding the awareness campaigns. That's what you're feeding into the machine. Then you have retargeting campaigns who are engaging the people who interacted with the awareness campaigns. And then finally, you have a lead campaign that is engaging the people who interacted with the retargeting campaign. And it is inviting them to schedule a consultation. And the output is a steady flow of design consultations. So we're running an awareness campaign, we're retargeting those who interact with the awareness campaign, and we are retargeting those who interact with the retargeting campaign, inviting them to schedule with us. So we're stacking layer upon layer. Each layer shows a higher level of intent based on engagement. And now I want to give you an execution roadmap. This is your 30-day reset plan. It's a sequenced rollout to transition your ad account from the old model of Facebook and Instagram ads to this new model to help you improve your meta ad results. And it's a really simple plan. So first of all, audit your current campaigns and your historical performance. The second step is to create more creative variations. Create 5 to 10 new diverse creatives that are video heavy. Let me emphasize that. Video is the driver, so make them video heavy. Third is simplify your campaign structure. Go for broad targeting. And then step number 4 is implement your retargeting matrix. Put retargeting audiences in place. And then number 5, track your lead quality and your appointment metrics. Be sure and measure what your results are so that you know where your best customers are coming from. And then finally, remember this, meta advertising still works well for many remodeling companies, but the rules are definitely changing. The companies that are succeeding today are focused on consistent content, strong creatives, simplified campaign structures, and retargeting. Those elements are allowing the algorithm to do exactly what it is designed to do, and that's find the right audience. The contractors who are losing are running a single ad and expecting instant results, and they are treating Facebook and Instagram ads like the old newspaper classifieds, which will not work. If you want to win, you're going to have to produce consistent and diverse content. Let that algorithm do its job and focus relentlessly on building trust and authority. You can't just try this. You've got to be committed to it and really focus on the retargeting. Retargeting is key in the Facebook and Instagram advertising environment. If you're just running single ads and hoping to convert, you're going to be very disappointed. And then if you need help building your meta ecosystem and want to stop burning budget on outdated tactics, we're happy to do a strategy session with you. We'll look at the website, your advertising, your online visibility. We'll take a look at where your growth opportunities are. Our goal is to help you create a marketing system that consistently attracts the type of projects you're looking for and helps you dominate your local market. We certainly want to have that conversation with you. We'll help you develop that comprehensive ad account audit, the 3-layer funnel, the frictionless lead generation strategy, and we'll help you put together your growth plan for 2026. And if you'd like to have a remodeling growth audit, you can do that at remodelingmarketingteam.com/get-started. And you can also call us at 888-350-7859. Thank you for taking time out to join us today. And I want to give just a few moments for any Q&A. So if you've got any questions, put those in the chat and I'll be happy to answer those for you. All right, I don't see any questions showing up, so we will have a replay live in the next 24 hours. Thank you for joining us today, and we will have another webinar same time next month. We'll put out the topic here in the next couple of weeks, and hope you have a great remainder of your week. Thanks for tuning in.